Hello and welcome to our class English 2. I hope you enjoy my listening lesson. And I want to remind you of how we deal with our course again. This is the mandatory or obligatory material. You can have a look and can find this book. And this is the materials for reference. Now, in English 2, we will cover from Unit 6 to Unit 9, reading, writing, and listening. For speaking skill, you have to learn with foreign teacher. And how to evaluate your midterm scores. Remember, take note. And how I mark your score through the test 1, test 2. But now, in total, because of coronavirus, I just give you one test only for midterm, and this is the schedule or the laid out of the final test in 90 minutes. Now we come to Unit 6, what we eat. I have heard about a slogan or the idiom say that you are what you eat. Make healthy choices. Now, before we come to the listening task, we have to discuss with and think of the answers. Look at the pictures or the photos. You can see a lot of fields, terraces in China. Now, we come to the leading reading. Here, you can see many countries have produced guidelines for their citizens that recommend the best kinds of food to eat. These guidelines tell people how many servings of fat, dairy, vegetables, etc. they should eat every day. So, maybe some new vocabulary here. Nhiều quốc gia đã đưa đưa ra những cái hướng dẫn cho công dân rằng và những cái hướng dẫn đó đưa ra đề xuất những cái loại thực phẩm nào tốt nhất để ăn. Những hướng dẫn này nói cho con người ta biết là có bao nhiêu khẩu phần ăn về chất béo. Dairy là thực phẩm có nguồn gốc từ sữa, rau củ và vân vân. Họ nên ăn mỗi ngày. Thông thường, những cái hướng dẫn này nói rằng con người nên ăn nhiều trái cây và rau củ. Những hướng dẫn này đồng thời cũng nói rằng một chế độ ăn khỏe mạnh bao gồm số lượng nhỏ đường và chất ngọt, vị ngọt. Biểu đồ này cho thấy những cái hướng dẫn về chế độ ăn khỏe mạnh của Bồ Đào Nha. Now look at the word carefully. Look at the slide carefully. And you have to answer these questions. I have read a lot of answers from you and I see some same. You give the same answers. Yeah, I will give you my opinion. Number 1, 2 or 5 servings for vegetables and 2 or 3 servings for dairy products. Number 2, I rarely use vegetables and beans. I use fat food all the time as I'm busy working outside, maybe. Yeah. Some of your answers are excellent. I really enjoyed it. Now you can have a look at the typical diets around the world. Yes. So there are 3 questions here, and these my answer. They're just a suggested answer. It's just for reference. You can give me our opinion. Don't worry. Okay. Maybe millennial family in Canada has healthier diet because they spend more money on food. Or number two, my answer is I compare the sum of money of each family spends on food. The Canadian family also has fewer members than the Egyptian family. However, maybe the life in Egypt is cheaper, so they may spend less money. And number two, I choose Egypt's diet as I see a lot of vegetables and fruit on the table. Okay, this is just for reference. Don't worry, you have your opinion, so don't worry. And what is your typical diet? A typical diet in Vietnam, you can see have rice, coffee, right? Soup, chicken. Yeah. I will provide you some vocabularies in this part. Number one, guidelines. Number two, recommend. Number three, vitamins. Number four, servings. 5 source. Remember, cheese is an excellent source of calcium, so are milk and yogurt. Number six, regional. 7, include. 8, improve. 9, specific. 10, average. Remember, you can listen again and check your answer. I think this slide or this lesson just intend to provide you the answers only. So you should listen and check your answer again. Oh, you can give me any answer. Don't this this kind of test use our opinion. So okay. Now we move to the listening task of lesson 8. Which countries in the world have modernized very quickly? And how does a person's diet change when the country becomes more modern? You can see this is my suggested answer. 1, 2. Or number 2, the transport is easier and new machine can help produce more food. They can serve better diet. And listening. You can listen.
Listening, a seminar. A. Listening for main ideas, page 107.
Hello, everyone. As you know, I'm from South Korea, a country that developed very quickly. 50 years ago, it was an agricultural country. Today, it's one of the most modern countries in Asia, with many high-tech industries. And people's diets have modernized too. In my research, I've been looking at these changes in diet and trying to answer this question: which kind of diet is better? A traditional diet or a modern one? Okay, this chart shows what Koreans ate every day in 2 different years, 1969, before Korea started modernizing, and 1995, after Korea was modernized. You can see that in 1969, people were eating about 37 ounces of food every day, and in 1995, they were eating about 39 ounces of food. That's not a very big change. So even before Korea was modernized, overall, people had enough food.
Miran, may I say something here? You're talking about the average amount of food. So that means some people had more than that, and some people had less. So maybe there were people who really didn't have enough to eat.
That's a good point. Actually, because Korea was a farming country then, everyone had some kind of food, but it wasn't always a healthy diet. Okay, moving on. When we compare the kinds of food people ate, we see a significant difference. The most important food in Korea is rice. We eat it 3 times a day. In 1969, people were eating 20 ounces of rice every day, more than a pound.
Okay, we
That's
stop here.
Listening, A seminar. A.
Change
Listening for main
is the
ideas.
answer.
Page 107.
Yes. And now we move to the part B, exercise B. Listen again and
Listening.
I will provide you
A
answer.
seminar. A. Listening for main ideas. Page 107.
Hello, everyone. As you know, I'm from South Korea, a country that developed very quickly. 50 years ago, it was an agricultural country. Today, it's one of the most modern countries in Asia with many high-tech industries.
Listening. A seminar. A. Listening for main ideas. Page 107.
Hello, everyone. As you know, I'm from South Korea, a country that developed very quickly. 50 years ago, it was an agricultural country. Today, it's one of the most modern countries in Asia with many high-tech industries. And people's diets have modernized too. In my research, I've been looking at these changes in diet and trying to answer this question: which kind of diet is better? A traditional diet or a modern one? Okay, this chart shows what Koreans ate every day in two different years: 1969, before Korea started modernizing, and 1995, after Korea was modernized. You can see that in 1969, people were eating about 37 ounces of food every day, and in 1995, they were eating about 39 ounces of food. That's not a very big change. So even before Korea was modernized, overall, people had enough food.
Miran, may I say something here?
Listening.
Okay.
Listening. A
Now
seminar.
this is the answer.
A. Listening for main ideas. Page 107.
Hello.
Okay, so you have to answer 3 other questions also. And this is my suggested answer about the listening task. They eat more animal products. They are taller. And the modern diet in Korea is healthier than the traditional diet. This is the answer. And you can have a look at the transcript here. Okay. So I already finished session 8 with the read, write, both listening task. Yeah. If you are not good at listening, you can listen again, and while you are listening, you can have a look at the transcript. Okay. So there is some questions for your post listening task, so you can give me your idea here. I do not show you my opinion here. We don't need that. Now we come to using vocabulary before lesson B. This is the answer. Okay, because lesson B is not intended to include in the course. It's just for practicing. So I just provide you the key here. And the key for lesson B and B for listening here. And
Developing listening skills. Listening, a group discussion. A. Listening for main ideas, page 117.
Okay, ready? So, who has a suggestion for our guidelines?
Well, we could tell people about fast food places that do have some healthy food.
But that's not what people usually eat there. I think we should talk about regular fast food, like fried chicken.
Yeah, good idea. Hey, do you know what I read? The average person in this country eats fast food twice a week.
You're kidding? Well, that's way too often, especially for children.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe our guidelines should tell people how often it's okay to eat fast food.
Well, what does everyone think about that?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too.
Me too.
Yeah, sounds good.
okay, so this is my answer. Remember, you can check your answer. And this is the transcript or the audio script. You can listen again and check. Okay, now we move to listening for details.
B. Listening for details, page 117.
Okay, so now we have an idea for our guidelines. We only have 5 minutes left, so we'd better hurry. So, how often is it okay to eat fast food?
Well, from what we learned in class, fast food almost always has too much salt and fat to be healthy. Remember those bar graphs we looked at?
That's true. But if we say that people should never eat fast food, they won't listen.
Maybe we should say this. It's okay to have a fast food meal anytime if you eat something healthy with it, like a salad or fruit.
So 3 cheeseburgers and an apple is a healthy meal?
I know. What about this as a guideline? If the rest of your diet is good, you can enjoy fast food occasionally.
Okay, but what do you mean by occasionally? We should explain that.
Oh, for example, once a week.
No, that's way too often. What about once a month?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better to me. If people usually eat a healthy diet, one fast food meal in a month won't be a problem.
Yeah, you're right. That's better.
Omar, what do you think?
Once a month? That sounds okay.
Great. So, in summary, we've decided people should not eat fast food more than once a month.
Right. So, what kind of visual should we use to show our guidelines?
What about a pie chart?
A pie chart. That's a great idea.
Right. We could label each section with different kinds of food or food groups, like vegetables and fruit.
Great idea. Next, we need to write our guidelines on the board.
Here, I can do that.
Okay, you can have a look at the transcript here. Okay, you listen again and check it.
C. Page 117.
Okay.
1.
I think we should just talk.
And we stop here. It's time enough for our lesson today. Enjoy your time. See you.